Friends, have you ever really looked at an Australian banknote in your wallet? Not just the note, but its story. This polymer note starts as a tiny plastic pellet. Want to know how? This secret will surprise you. Watch until the end, because the story has only just begun. Those pellets are polypropylene, and they arrive by the truckload at a facility called CCL Secure. This is one of only 2 places on the entire planet that manufactures Guardian polymer, the material that changed the world of currency forever. The other is in England, but right here in Victoria, something uniquely Australian has been happening for decades. Those plain white pellets get fed into an extrusion tower. Gravity pulls them down into a machine that heats them to extreme temperatures, and then something almost magical occurs. The molten plastic is blown upward into a massive bubble, 3 stories high, with walls so thin you can see right through them. That bubble is pressed together, cooled, and flattened into a clear laminated film. The technical name is biaxially oriented polypropylene, or BOP, but you don't need to remember that. What you need to know is that this technology was pioneered right here in Australia by the Reserve Bank and CSIRO. Today, more than 40 central banks around the world use it. Why? Because it's incredibly hard to counterfeit. What makes this material so special becomes obvious the moment you hold any Australian banknote up to the light. That clear top to bottom window, the one you can see straight through, that's the signature security feature that counterfeiters simply cannot copy. The polymer film gets wound onto massive master rolls, still completely transparent, and then it travels just a few hundred meters across the same industrial site. Because right next door to the polymer factory is Note Printing Australia. Together, they form the world's most unique banknote precinct. The clear film enters the coating line, where machines apply multiple layers of white opacifying ink to both sides, but they leave specific areas completely untouched. Those untouched areas become the clear windows. Then the master sheets get precision cut, each one designed to carry multiple banknotes, different sheet sizes for different denominations. Quality technicians examine every sheet, checking the clarity of those windows, verifying the white coatings are perfect, making sure the substrate meets the Reserve Bank's strict specifications. Once the Guardian sheets are certified, they don't have far to travel. Note Printing Australia sits on a 26-hectare site protected by high-security perimeter fencing, armed guards, and sophisticated electronic surveillance running 24/7. This facility has been producing Australia's banknotes for over 100 years, and since 1998, it has been wholly owned by the Reserve Bank. The printing hall is a massive climate-controlled environment housing specialized presses that you won't find anywhere in the general printing industry. Before any ink touches the polymer, the design files are prepared in the pre-press department. Each denomination has its own unique color scheme and imagery. The $5 is pink and purple with Queen Elizabeth II and Parliament House. The $10 is blue with poets Banjo Patterson and Dame Mary Gilmore. The $20 is red with Mary Raby and Reverend John Flynn. The $50 is yellow with Aboriginal inventor David Unaipon and Edith Cowan, the first woman elected to an Australian parliament. And the $100 is green and gold with Dame Nellie Melba and Sir John Monash. Every note tells an Australian story. Now, here's where the banknotes start to come alive. The most dramatic stage of printing is called Intaglio. It's an old word for a very clever process. The portraits and key design elements on every denomination are deeply engraved into hardened steel plates. Every line, every detail of each face, every fold in their clothing is cut into that steel. The plate gets coated with thick, paste-like ink, and then a doctor blade wipes the surface completely clean, leaving ink only in the engraved grooves. When the polymer sheet is pressed against that plate with enormous force, the ink gets pulled out of the grooves and deposited onto the banknote as raised ridges. Go ahead, Run your fingernail across any genuine Australian banknote. Can you feel the portrait standing physically above the surface? That texture, that body, that is Intaglio printing. It's the single most important tactile feature that helps Australians tell real money from fake, no matter which denomination you're holding. But before the Intaglio happens, every banknote gets its colorful background through offset printing. Giant sheet-fed presses apply the vibrant base colors simultaneously to both sides of the sheet. The clear windows remain untouched, and the portrait zones are completely flat, just waiting for the Intaglio to bring them to life. Then comes the rolling color effect, an optically variable patch on each note. For the $5, it's in one corner, for the $10 another, but they all work the same way. This uses a specialized ink containing precisely structured pigments. When the ink is still wet, a series of powerful magnets align those pigments in specific orientations. Then ultraviolet lamps cure the ink instantly, freezing the effect in place. Tilt any Australian banknote and you'll see a bar of color moving smoothly up and down. On the $100, that same effect appears inside the flying owl in the clear window. On the $50, it's inside the Southern Cross. On every note, it's a beautiful moving feature that counterfeiters simply cannot replicate. Throughout the production process, quality control is relentless. High-resolution cameras scan every sheet, checking the microprint. These are tiny excerpts from Australian literature, letters, and historical documents, printed at less than 1/4 millimeter high. You can't see them with your naked eye, but under magnification, they're perfectly legible. On the $10, you'll find lines from Banjo Paterson's poetry. On the $50, Edith Cowan's famous speech. Every note carries these hidden texts. The serial numbers come next, applied using traditional letterpress technology. Each note receives a unique combination of letters and numbers, allowing the Reserve Bank to track every single banknote from printing press to destruction. Under ultraviolet light, those serial numbers glow, along with the year of print and other fluorescent elements hidden throughout the design. Then, a clear protective overcoat goes on both sides, sealing all the printing layers and giving the notes that characteristic feel when you count them. One of my favorite details sits right at the very end of the production line. There's a press called the Nota Emboss, and it was the first in the world to apply a tactile feature to a polymer banknote. It creates raised bumps on the long edges of each note, but here's the clever part. Different denominations have different numbers of bumps. The $5 has 1 bump on each edge, the $10 has 2, the $20 has 3, the $50 has 4, and the $100 has 5. These bumps are specifically designed for people who are blind or have low vision. By feeling the number of bumps on the edge, they can instantly identify which denomination they're holding. That small, thoughtful detail turns every single banknote from a simple piece of currency into an inclusive piece of public infrastructure. I think that's pretty amazing. After final inspection, where every single note on every sheet is examined by automated systems using visible light, ultraviolet, infrared, and magnetic sensors, the sheets move to the guillotine. Precision blades cut stacks of polymer sheets into individual notes, each one exactly the right size for its denomination. For the first time, the notes appear as complete, separate banknotes. Counting machines tally them into bundles, then bricks, then sealed transfer cases, and the Reserve Bank takes custody. The journey from white plastic pellets to finished banknotes is complete. The notes travel by armed convoy to the National Banknote site right there in Craigieburn, where they're stored in high security vaults before distribution to commercial banks across the country. The Next Generation series rolled out over several years. The $5 in 2016, the $10 in 2017, the $20 in 2019, the $50 in 2018, and finally, the $100 in 2020. And now every day, millions of Australians use these notes. They tilt them to watch the colors shift, hold them to the light to see the windows and the birds, run their fingers across the raised portraits, and the tactile bumps. Think about that for a moment. Every time you pay for something with any Australian banknote, you're holding a piece of national innovation. That clear window, invented here. That rolling color effect, perfected here. Those raised bumps for the vision impaired, pioneered right here at Note Printing Australia. The same site has been printing our money for over a century, and the polymer next door has been protecting our currency for decades. From the scientists at Zero who first thought, what if we used plastic instead of paper? To the engravers who carved our national heroes into steel, to the technicians who check every single sheet under ultraviolet light, hundreds of people, thousands of hours, all to put notes in your hand that you can trust. And trust is really what this is all about. A banknote is a promise. It's a promise from the Reserve Bank of Australia that this piece of polymer is worth 5, 10, 20, 50, or $100. But it's also a promise that when you receive it, you don't have to worry. You don't have to wonder if it's real. You can feel the raised intaglio. You can see the color shift. You can hold it to the light and watch the security features appear. Every denomination has the same high level of protection. That's why Australia's banknotes are considered some of the most secure on Earth. That's why more than 40 countries have followed our lead and switched to polymer. So next time you have any Australian banknote in your hands, take an extra 5 seconds, tilt it, feel the bumps on the edge, look through the clear window. You're not just looking at money,
Have a good day.
you're looking at a century of Australian ingenuity.